our officer and 4 other innocent civilians, plus the shooter.
Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch. After that shooter walked into a building on Park Avenue in Midtown Manhattan with a rifle, then opened fire in the lobby, killing that off-duty officer working security and hitting others.
Goes up to the 33rd floor, which is route and management, and begins to walk the floor, firing rounds as he traveled. 1 person was struck and killed on that floor. He then proceeds down a hallway and shoots himself in the chest.
A woman who works for the NFL, which has offices in the building, was seriously injured. As for the gunman, he was a 27-year-old who drove to New York from Las Vegas. Police say he has a history of mental health issues. There was also a shooting outside a casino in Reno, Nevada. 3 people were killed. Sparks Police Chief Chris Crawford says 3 were wounded.
At this time, we have no reason to believe there's a connection between any of the victims and the suspect, and we have no known motive by the suspect.
The suspect fleeing before a shootout with Reno police. Officials say he was taken into custody and transported to a hospital where he remains in critical condition.
That's Fox's Kristen Goodwin. President Trump is in Scotland opening up a new golf course, and he said moments ago,
I look forward to playing it today. We'll play it very quickly, and then I go back to D.C., and we put out fires all over the world. We did one yesterday. As you know, we stopped a war.
Referencing the Thailand-Cambodia conflict, at least 22 people are dead in Ukraine after a new Russian attacks there.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said the deaths came just 1 day after feeling what he called a sense of hope that the killings might stop. 1 Russian airstrike on a prison in southeastern Ukraine killed at least 17 inmates and injured more than 80 others. Yesterday, President Trump said he was giving Russian leader Vladimir Putin less than 2 weeks to stop the killing.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Sentencing for the man who stalked Caitlin Clark. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 76 degrees. We're going up to 93 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. Jake McDaniel reports on a Texas man headed to prison for stalking the Indiana Fever guard.
Michael Lewis also sent Clark many threats and inappropriate pictures on social media. He was arrested in January.
I never followed her on foot. I never followed her in her car. I never hid out hoping to take a picture. I never got an autograph. I've never seen her in public.
In court, Lewis blamed Clark's social media team for not blocking his messages. He faces 2.5 years in prison and was told to stay away from Clark in Cambridge Fieldhouse. Clark also told police she had to change her public habits after seeing Lewis's messages. Jake McDaniel, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
You've probably been wondering how immigration arrests are coming in Indiana. In just 6 months, ICE has taken nearly 1,400 people into custody. It's part of the Trump administration's promise to you to crack down on illegal immigrants. About 50 members of Indiana Task Force 1 headed to Texas on July 8th to help with flood recovery, says their leader, Jay Sedegren. Then 5 days later, they sent 35 more people to join in on the effort.
We arrived on the 9th of July and went directly to work for Kerr County and Kerrville, which is the main area of town just downriver from the camp where the kids were washed away.
And then Task Force 1 came back to Indianapolis on Monday afternoon. Their job complete. Sedegren says he's grateful for all the hard work that his team put in. And Indianapolis Colts lineman is cashing in. The team has reached a 4-year deal, an extension with left tackle Bernard Raymond, who's entering the final year of his rookie deal. Reports indicate the deal could be worth as much as $100 million. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. You have traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It's 6:04.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Now through Monday, save an extra 25% off all in-stock outdoor furniture. Sleep up to 10 degrees cooler and the lowest price guaranteed on every mattress. And save up to 50% off Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, and lift chairs. Plus, we pay your sales tax and deliver it all for free. Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Bill Estes Ford is your neighborhood truck dealer. And right now, during the Ford Summer Sales Event, we've got an amazing deal you won't want to miss. 0% APR, 0 down payment, and 0 payments for 90 days. That's 3 big zeros, which adds up to 0 excuses not to drive home in a new Ford today. Every day is truck day. Go anywhere, do anything in a new F-150, starting at just $46,295. Bill Estes Ford. Online at BillEstesFord.com.
Stock BFP 250444. Always see dealer for details.
Northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go traffic after Keystone Avenue up to the south split. That is a construction zone. And a reminder, just learned about this yesterday, and it's good news, believe it or not, involving construction and traffic. Northbound 65 to Keystone Avenue, that ramp has reopened on the south side, I've been told. And that's about a month early, so that's a win, as we call it in the traffic world. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Man Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, Tony. Good morning on this Tuesday. Another heat advisory in effect. This goes until 8 o'clock tonight. We'll have plenty of sunshine again today. Hot and humid conditions. Could be the hottest of the year, at least temperature-wise. 94. Feels like temperatures between 100 and 105 this afternoon. Tonight, we're mostly clear, muggy, a low of 75. Wednesday, partly cloudy, a lot of the day dry and hot, but some shower and thunderstorm chances could start to move in by very late into the afternoon. Wednesday's high 91. The rain chances, that's going to bring in some welcomed relief by late week. Thursday, scattered showers and storms, a high only of 80. Friday looks beautiful, sunny, cooler, and less humid with highs in the upper 70s.
So, if we survive, it's all going to be okay.
That's right. Just about, 2 more days, essentially, of pretty oppressive heat and humidity, and then once we get past tomorrow, there is light at the end of the tunnel. It is going to be really, really nice. Not just Friday, but I think you can carry that same forecast over in the weekend. Looks pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Get out and enjoy it.
I'm sorry. I've been hurt,
no.
Marcus. I've been hurt.
I get it.
And I don't believe. I forgot how to love the weather.
Listen, I understand. I get it. I mean, I'm a Colts fan, so, it's like kind of the same thing around this time of year. You get real excited, but I'm ready to get hurt again.
That is Marcus Bailey. His safe word is haboob. That was a weather joke.
That is my favorite weather term, by the way. Well done.
Yeah. Send your emails to Nigel at WIBC.com.
That's right.
I'll catch up with you later, man.
Rest
Marcus Bailey, good man. Thanks. 74 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:08. So a guy walks down the streets of New York with an AR-15, walks into a building, starts shooting people, kills a cop, 3 others, then takes his own life. Without knowing anything. The people at CNN do this.
With a long gun visible. So it sounded like he, other than the long gun, which is not a simple thing to say other than in New York City, right? People don't walk around with guns like that. But was his face visible? I mean, do they have any idea at this point who he is?
They do not know who he is. They know he is a male, possibly white. He's wearing sunglasses.
How would you know he was possibly white? How would you know such a thing? But look, this is what they do. They don't wait for information. They didn't bother to take a look at the video. He's not white. Why would you say it? What was the point What was the value? No, wait, don't tell us. We already know. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. As unworthy, this was CNN's chief law enforcement and intelligence analyst. Dear Lord, doesn't anybody get fired from that network? The story is truly horrific. He brought a note with him. He carried this firearm. He killed a cop, killed 3 others, was on the 33rd floor of 345 Park Avenue and took his own life. There's a part 2 to this story. That these were the headquarters of a couple, this building was the headquarters of a couple of major businesses, including the National Football League. The story is starting to play out that this guy played football, but there's nothing that shows he played football in the NFL, at least that I have seen right now. Absolutely nothing that shows this. But rather, he played in college, possibly in Nevada, and he played in high school. He supposedly played high school in an area of California called Granada Hills, which I, when I lived there, did not live too far away from. Granada Hills is an absolutely beautiful spot. I enjoyed it, the architecture, everything else. Like a true classic kind of California look. But there's nothing that shows, at least as of now, that he played in the NFL. So why did he choose the NFL? Why did he go after these people? Why did he kill a police officer? Well, he wants his brain examined for CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. He wants to know whether or not football is to blame for his struggles that led to him killing 4. I have a hard time feeling anything at all in these situations. But maybe I don't understand everything involved with CTE, nor do I know if that is to blame. What I know is this is a horrific story. And this is, as we have it, the actual reporting, not CNN coming up with lies and falsehoods and misrepresentations, because if they can make something racial, isn't that the way to go? Aaron Burnett, it's a terrible program you're running there. Terrible. CNN, we've said it enough times. You could have better hosts. All you have to do is ask. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Gary Dick. Amazon continues to expand in Indiana, and perspectives on the Indiana economy at 6:32. Brought to you by the proud members of the Indiana Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions who build Indiana. We are LIUNA.
So an old 401k, it could be costing you money if it's just sitting there. Yeah, it should be making you money, obviously. And my friends at Trajan Wealth can get it rolling again. Matt Bear here. Hey, the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth can take that old 401k, from an old employer and optimize those funds. See how by setting your first appointment. It's free, 317-480-4040. Or visit TrajanWealth.com. You and I, we have different goals for retirement. Trajan gets this. It's why they really listen to your visions of retirement, your goals, your timeline, then craft a financial portfolio that reflects that vision. It's how they separate themselves from the competition. I'm solid, confident you'll see it too. Call today. Learn more, 317-480-4040. Or visit TrajanWealth.com. First appointment is free. It's on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-917-8730.
800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. That's 800-917-8730.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, WIBC Traffic Center, what's going on?
All right, checking out the south side, Tony. It's northbound 65 that stopped after South Keystone Avenue up to the south split. And delay time right now is 10 minutes as we look at this delay and everything moving northbound on 65. Again, stop and go traffic after South Keystone Avenue up to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry! Offer ends September 1st is at IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 74 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:15.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
For service today?
Today.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/today. Ethos.com/today.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Owner Danny Reinhardt says putting his kids in charge of more of the day-to-day operations of the business was the plan all along.
It makes me really proud that I know that I can turn it over to my family and they can take care of things, and I've got all the confidence in the world in them. And that's the legacy I'm proud to leave.
A great family-owned business, Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. 317-745-4526. Reinhardt, your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Hey, Matt, did I forget to do traffic? Matt? No, I didn't. I did not forget this. We did this. Hold on a second, producer Carl. Let's turn off the music. Let's ask a couple of questions here. Do you smell toast?
No, I don't. It was on the playlist. We played it? We must have. Yeah.
We're professionals. How do we not know this? But Matt's not there, so I assume we did it, and then he did what he does at this moment. After eating all the protein bars or all the oatmeal, he is in the restroom where he'll be until the next traffic break.
No, I'm back. I feel great.
Did we forget to do traffic?
We just did traffic.
See?
Yeah, we totally did it, man.
Carl's like, we have to do traffic. We forgot. I'm like,
no, we did not.
Okay, did we forget? And it turns out we didn't.
It's very weird because it was on the playlist.
Honestly, Carl needs a vacation. Gosh. All right, you just lay down.
I can do it again.
Just lay down and get yourself something cool to drink. And
Carl, do you want me to do traffic for another market? I can do Milwaukee. Maybe.
We'll take it from here. I got it. I got this thing. We're good. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. right, throwing some bumper music. 15. It's very funny, guys. 15 to 20%. That's what President Trump says the tariffs are going to be around the globe. And everyone's like, my gosh, the tariffs worked. He's a genius. Well, we have deals. Now just show me the deal acted upon. You don't want to say to me, Tony, you're not finding this important? Outrageously important. Great first step stuff. Except I live in the real world. And in the real world, costs are passed on. Now what you're saying to me is the rules of economics have been rewritten. That I do admittedly have a harder time believing. Tariffs do get passed on. So the 15% tariff of European goods into the United States, okay, you could always not buy the European good. But very often that will still get purchased. It will be more expensive. We seem to have absorbed the idea of more expensive. And they weren't kidding. They're serious about this idea of a rebate check because of tariffs. Senator Josh Hawley, who this is like the second time he's really playing in the progressive world, the American Worker Rebate Act. It would basically act like I think it acts like a tax credit. $600 per adult and dependent child. It would go down a bit if the adjusted gross income exceeds $150,000 in a joint return, $112,000 in a head of household, or $75,000 of an individual. So what they're saying is we take in all this money from tariffs that Americans pay. Well, we'll give everybody a little bit back. Now, originally, I was thinking, are they going to decide certain people get it back? Because that's what President Trump said. Certain people, certain groups will get money back. So Group A pays the tariff, Group B gets cash. That's wealth redistribution. Count me out. What Hawley is saying is that it would go to, it would work like the COVID stimulus checks, setting up the program as a refundable tax credit. So that would mean it would go everywhere to everyone, which is certainly different than saying specific groups. Still, no, it's costing you more than $600 because they're not going to give me more than I spent. But here you go, and stay quiet. Also, for some people, it costs zero, and some people it's cost a lot of money, and they're only getting back $600, and somebody who didn't do anything is getting $600. Yeah, I'm not that kind of stuff I'm not a fan of. If you told me you were paying down debt with tariffs, I'd be like, okay, you added a tax so we could pay down debt. Better now than later. Let's go. Better on me than my kids. Let's do the thing. But that's still not what we're doing. And as for the 15 to 20%, it's very clear that so far every country that has come through with a deal understands they're going to pay this tariff. And they're going to figure out the math somehow. They're going to make it up somewhere. As for this deal with the EU, we're going to have Dr. Matt Will on from the University of Indianapolis at 8:15. The buying of energy is great. The buying of military hardware is great. This was going to happen anyway. That is not a naysaying. There are other things about this that are very impressive. The idea that he was able to announce it as a deal, and the idea that the Europeans allowed themselves to look like this. It's crazy. It's surreal. It boggles the mind. So you've got deals with the UK, Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Japan. Based on this list, South Korea and India is what you needed to really have the application to or really be able to apply pressure to China. I don't know how that deal is going to go at all. Trump has also shortened the deadline for Vladimir Putin. Hey, you had 50 days to work out a deal with Ukraine. Let's make it 10, maybe 12. Point is, you suck, Vladimir. That's basically what it is. Trump said.
We would have had a deal. I've spoken to President Putin a lot. I got along with him very well, but 5 times, and every time 4 times maybe. But We've had discussions. You and I have had discussions. Yeah. We thought we had that settled numerous times. And then President Putin goes out and starts launching rockets into some city like Kiev and kills a lot of people in a nursing home or whatever. You have bodies lying all over the street. And I say that's not the way to do it. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm very disappointed.
I'm okay with disappointed in that. It's a fine thing to say. What comes? I still don't believe Putin is going to respond to sanctions, but that's what's coming first. And it seems to be coming quickly. And as we have seen, and not so much from Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the UK, who desperately wants to continue to tie the sail to the United States. He's not interested in the fight and the war of words, etc. It is Mark Rutte, the Secretary General of NATO, who is the guy who is most aligned, saying, yeah, let's make it 5% of GDP. That'll be the spend on NATO. Yes, let's buy the hardware from the U.S. We'll hand it over to Ukraine so they can use it against the Russians. Let's go with this, because they have figured out the Russian threat, and that the only way to depend on the United States is to actually treat them kind of well. Yeah, we'll still lead. Yeah, we'll end up spending more money in terms of actual dollars, but it's the same percentage. But as long as everybody's in, we're good. If everyone's not in, we're not good. That's the Trump methodology. And Rutte needs America in. And realize the moment for dealing with Russian aggression might be right now. Which means the U.S. might be doing much more in a proactive way. At least that's what NATO is going to want. And the question is, how does MAGAville respond? That's a discussion for later. Let's check in with traffic. Matt Baer in the WIBC Traffic Center. WIBC Traffic Center. Yeah, I said that right. What's up?
All right, Tony, looking at the south side, and we have a disabled semi on the ramp from northbound 65 to Prospect Morris, saying the ramp is open. It is really tricky right now with traffic backed up almost to South Keystone Avenue. This is a construction zone, so the whole thing's a bit of a mess right now. Looking at northbound 69, this is northeast side version, northbound 69 to East 96th Street. That's a stall in the left center lane at the bottom of the exit ramp. The ramp is open partially blocked, just a little bit tricky right now. Traffic sponsored by Honda of Fishers. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Under new ownership, visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Baer on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
A new piece says AOC could actually become the president.
Yikes. Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
I'm Angelique Gibson. I'm in union labor from Local 120.
For members of Labor's International Union of North America, like Angelique, giving back is part of their commitment to the indie community.
The main thing I volunteered for was the Back to School Bash. It's a backpack program for kids 12 and under.
When indie or surrounding communities need help, LIUNA steps up.
When kids go back to school, they don't have backpacks 9 times out of 10, low-income families, and this just helps them out.
For the members of LIUNA who volunteer, it's commitment to being part of something bigger than themselves.
You know, when they start school on that first day, they got pencils, they got papers, they got notebooks, they got binders.
This is Chris Bricky, business manager of Labor's Local 120. While all our members are skilled, highly trained men and women, we are also your friends, neighbors, Little League coaches, and volunteers here in Indy.
I just feels good to knowing that I'm helping somebody that needs help.
We build Indy for good jobs and stronger communities. We are LIUNA Local 120.
Pat Sullivan here with an offer from my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling that you don't want to miss. For a limited time, Hope Plumbing will buy back your old air conditioning unit for up to $1,500 with the purchase of a complete heating and cooling system. It's time to call them if you're hot. Don't wait for the next heat wave to be caught sweating at home. Act now before the offer ends. Stay cool and call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE. That's 641-HOPE.
Mark your calendar for August 1st. George's Medical Equipment is celebrating their new retail space with an open house from 10 to 1. There will be a grill out starting at 11, free battery checks, and a chance to win a lift chair. Whether you're looking for medical supplies, mobility aids, or respiratory equipment, their team is ready to help. Located behind Planet Fitness at 7434 Shadeland Station. George's accepts Medicare, Medicaid, most third-party Advantage plans, and all waiver programs. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Offer ends September 1st. IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What happened in New York City? Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 76 degrees, going up to 93 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30.
It was an M4 rifle, and we also found a revolver in the vehicle with ammunition and magazines.
New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch speaking Monday night at a press conference after somebody walked into a Manhattan office building and killed 6 people. One of those people was a police officer. Police said the shooter was from Las Vegas.
Police surrounded an address listed for Shane Tamura. Some neighbors we spoke to say they didn't recognize him, but did know of his car driving in and out of the community. Metro Police source tells Fox 5 the agency's counterterrorism section is assisting with the investigation. Tamura had an active concealed carry permit and no known criminal history, but NYPD says Tamura does have a documented mental health history. Investigators say his vehicle traveled cross-country and entered New York Monday afternoon.
And that's Fox 5 Las Vegas reporter Jacqueline Schultz from Vegas. President Trump is explaining his fallout with sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein decades ago.
Questions about the Justice Department's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein case followed President Trump to Scotland.
Those files were run by these people. They were run by my enemy. If there was anything in there, they would have used them.
The president says he and Epstein had a falling out decades ago when President Trump kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago.
Stole people that worked for me. I said, don't ever do that again. He did it again, and I threw him out of the place, persona non grata.
Asked about a potential pardon of Epstein's longtime associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, President Trump told reporters it's not something he's thought about. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
And EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin is visiting Indianapolis today. He'll be at an event with Governor Mike Braun. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Amazon is actively hiring for more than 1,000 full-time positions ahead of the opening of its new 800,000 square foot robotics fulfillment center in Elkhart County. It marks another step in the company's continued expansion across Indiana. The new facility will support the first mile of Amazon's fulfillment process. Amazon spokesperson Andrew Woodson.
We've been regionalizing our U.S. network just to make sure that we have anything readily available for customers.
After some 20 months of construction, Fishers is set to christen the arena at Innovation Mile, the home of the Indiana Pacers G League team, the Noblesville Boom, as well as concerts and community events.
Innovation Mile itself is a 600-acre master plan site that's going to be home to the jobs of the future, the workforce of the future, the entertainment of the future.
Up next, perspectives on the Indiana economy. This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America are men and women building roads and bridges to get Hoosiers where they're going today and a new energy infrastructure that will keep Indiana competitive tomorrow. LIUNA's over 12,000 statewide members also grow local economies, earning good union wages, shopping where they live and work, and paying taxes. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Well, last week, IBJ Media released its annual Indiana 250 list of the state's most influential business and community leaders. I had the opportunity to sit down to get perspectives from several of the honorees, including Star Financial CEO Jim Marcaselli, on Indiana's greatest opportunity.
Well, I'd say Indiana's greatest opportunity right now is to fix the child care crisis.
You know, it would create a huge economic boom for the employees, the opportunities that these people have. Right now you have a lot of couples that can't afford to choose between work or stay at home.
And United Company's executive chairman, Ron Romaine, on the state of the economy.
I think the overall state of the economy is fabulous in Indiana. You know, Indiana's been such a business-friendly state for so many years, and we can feel it in our company. I'm sure a lot of businesses can as well. It's not over-regulated. It's not over-managed in a way that's negative for businesses. Consumers are good. We need people. We need employees like most people do, but business overall is healthy, and we couldn't be more pleased.
This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Northbound 65 south side, a stalled semi on the off-ramp to Prospect Morris, and that ramp is open. Man, is it tricky right now. Traffic is stop and go through that construction zone. Past South Keystone Avenue, our delay time is 15 minutes because of that stalled truck. Looking at northbound 69 on the northeast side, this is a stalled SUV at the bottom of the exit from northbound 69 to 96th Street. It's in the left center lane. Just be careful as you make your way down. There's an emergency vehicle out there, so you'll be safe. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry! Offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Matt Bear, thank you. We've got 74 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:36. A check on sports. Ryan Hedrick, what's happening?
Tony, good morning. A Chicago Cubs all-time great has died.
First of all, just thinking of him and everything that he meant to the Cubs organization and obviously his family.
And Cubs second baseman Nico Horner remembering Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg, who died Monday after a battle with prostate cancer.
We're all incredibly lucky that he was a part of our season this year. He means a lot.
And Sandberg was 65 years old. The Cubs lost their game to the Brewers Monday, 8-4. Dodgers beat the Reds 5-2. A severe case of obsessive-compulsive disorder kept Colts offensive tackle Braden Smith off the field for the final games of last season. But 5 days into training camp, he says he's in a good place.
I just have a greater appreciation for things now, like even physically and mentally. Like, you know, you take things for granted until those parts are kind of taken away from you and you don't realize how good you had it, and now I just have that greater appreciation.
And the Colts kick off their preseason schedule next Thursday in Baltimore against the Ravens. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Live stream is happening. Chat room is open. That's happening on the YouTubes. You should check it out. Just look for 93 WIBC and subscribe and download. Well, there's nothing really to download. You just subscribe. We take care of the rest. Just so easy. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. I have got more about this shooting that took place in New York, and really the failure of media, this time CNN especially, with their immediate, well, this guy is probably white. You didn't know anything. Why'd you do that? And the suspect in the killing of 4 people, killing a police officer, then taking his own life, not white. But if you all, and when I say you all, I mean you leftists in mainstream media, want to keep pushing this idea that race comes first and you make assumptions and that's news, well, that's all right. I can't stop you from doing it, but we are going to bash you over the head with it. And I'll say it again, Erin Burnett allowed a so-called expert to make that the law enforcement expert to make that statement, and then no rebuttal, no response. Well, we don't know. It should have been immediate. If it happened later, I don't know it. It should have been immediate. Well, what a terrible presenter she is. Awful and horrific. Meanwhile, there are people out there trying to do good work, trying to solve problems. Like, how do you make it easier to get somebody a vaccine? And you're like, are we really doing this? This is not a COVID story. This is a fascinating bit of science right here. Producer Carl found this story in a site called The News. I think that's how it's pronounced. There is a dental floss that can reduce stress. And I think by now, most people know that, like, teeth health and gum health, these things are very related to overall health. And I can tell you the story about my father, rest his soul. This isn't how he lost his life, but it changed his life. He had work done on his teeth, and then days later in a hospital, endocarditis. Am I saying it right? Oh, he was never the same. He would have told you that. Physically, never the same. Not by a long shot. But you have dental work being done, and things can happen, and things get into you. It's pretty intense stuff. So what they figured out is that researchers revealed that they could trigger immune responses in mice by coating floss with proteins in an inactive flu virus, and they could actually deliver a vaccine. Now, I do not know if you are a flosser. I believe you should be one. I do not use the actual floss. I use those. It's like floss on a stick. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a U, and it's got a handle, and it's got this little piece of floss in it, and you take care of it that way. That's what I use. It's probably not good for the environment, but hey, I can either have good teeth or a good environment. All I know is I'm going to die in the wasteland with a very attractive smile. But they figured this out. That if you could do this via flossing, you could actually engage a vaccine. Which I think means you can engage a whole bunch of things. Which is pretty fascinating. Or if you're like Conspiracy Carl, which you can get the podcast, by the way, the Conspiracy Carl podcast. It is available wherever you get your podcasts. Our very own Carl is there for you. It's Conspiracy Corner with Carl is where you get the podcast. But if you do, you will hear him talk about this. And that's how they're able to implant the radio waves and know where you are and track you every step of the way. Isn't that right, Carl?
Exactly.
I got to admit, it's fascinating stuff. There are cool ideas out there. I don't know if anybody's going to actually take a vaccine this way, but it is a very cool idea. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. If you woke up with your house way too hot, you should be talking to Masters Heating and Cooling because they can help. Masters Heating and Cooling redid my system a few years back, changed the AC, changed how the system runs, and the next thing you know, my gosh, everything is fantastic. My house is cool. My house is comfortable. The family is just enjoying getting out of the heat and walking into the house and just going, oh, this is nice. And that's exactly how your home should be. You can get $1,000 off a new AC system with Masters Heating and Cooling. We're talking about full system replacements and 0% financing for up to 60 months with a qualified system purchase. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Masters Heating and Cooling. David, the general manager, the whole team, they're going to take great care of you. They're going to answer every question, give you all of your options, and make sure you have the ability to take advantage of their flexible financing options. And when you're with Masters, you get 24/7 emergency services that are available to you. Talk to Masters Heating and Cooling today about your AC needs. 317-567-9505. 317-567-9505. Masters Heating and Cooling. 567-9505 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com. Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Yeah, stall on the northeast side. It's on the exit from northbound 69 296th Street at the bottom of the ramp. The ramp's open. And a stalled semi on the south side in the construction. It runs from northbound 65 on the exit to Prospect Morris. Again, that's going to be a tricky exit, but the ramp is open. Crash, Lawrence, Penn Pike east of 465. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry! Offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
74 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:45.
Politics, punchlines, and pure WIBC. The Mashup Podcast pulls the day's best moments from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, and drops them in one place. New episodes each weekday. Search WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
Has your house become a burden? Why not sell it to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Wanda's been in real estate. I've been in construction, so she would find properties that we could fix up and resell or rent.
Probably we've flipped about 40 houses. I don't want to do it anymore. Health is not good. We're in our early 80s. Sometimes you have to give it up.
James, he did a good job. James was very cordial and, like I say, responded to our phone calls and kept in contact with us. So he did a good job.
When I got the purchase agreement, and he did have things in there that was pertinent to me. It's important.
Yeah, James followed through on what he said. Did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Other companies make broken promises, but at Simple Quarters, we keep our word. Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The announcement comes at 7:06. You should be tuned in. And you should be saving the date. August 23rd. Save the date. Announcement incoming. We will get to it soon enough. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. I came across a story about, this is the headline: TikToker arrested in Arizona over prank videos, according to police. Now, I will admit to you that I think all pranks are the lowest form of everything. I don't think any of it's cute. I don't think any of it's fun. I don't think any of it's funny. I don't think any of it's valuable. I get it. I don't understand it. It's me. Other people love this stuff. They love it. They love it. They like pulling a prank on a friend or whatever it is. Even saying the words makes me feel oogie. It does. It makes me feel awful. I once heard a story about George Clooney, the actor, who would have stationery made to emulate friends, including other celebrities, and would write cards to people and be like very, very embarrassing and say things as if he was somebody else. I don't think that's funny. I think that makes you a scumbag. I don't think that's loving. I don't think that's caring. I think it's garbage. Okay, maybe I'm just dead inside and I have no sense of humor. I don't think that's the case. I think the people who engage in pranks are just cheap people. See? We have a difference I'll leave it be. The story goes as follows. Police investigating a local business, after a local business was complaining of a group of men coming into the store dressed as employees. And it turns out this TikToker, Heston James, would gather friends. Let's say they'd go to Target. They'd all wear red shirts, and they would pretend to be Target employees. And when asked to leave, they wouldn't leave. That's not a prank. That's you being a scumbag. And when you are this kind of person, disrupting how I run my business, especially if I'm in Target, I know that I've got something from Lawn and Garden or Sports I can grab and get you out of the store. You understand that if you do these videos, you should expect to get hurt. And on a very, very personal level, I want you to. That is an awful thing to say, because what I'd rather do is not pay any attention to you whatsoever. The people who do, like you'll see videos where like someone's going up an escalator, someone's coming down an escalator, somebody reaches over and touches the other person. What's wrong with you? You're going to lose a hand. Someone will grab somebody else's phone. Why would you? It's funny. And then when they're caught, they're like, whoa, it's just a prank. Whoa, don't get so upset. No. Everything that happens to you at that moment is your fault, and you deserve it. You should start every video by saying, if I should get punched so hard that I lose teeth and maybe consciousness, I deserve it. That's how these prank guys should start every day, not even every video. You deserve it. You deserve every bit of bad thing that happens to you. Other people should be inconvenienced or physically abused, because you see all types of these things, or put into levels of stress so you can get some clicks. By the way, if you're clicking on this stuff, like actively searching it out, if it's in a feed, it's in a feed. You can then, say I have no interest in this video. If you're searching this stuff out, my God, what's wrong with you? But people see it's like, oh, it's an easy way to make some cash, and then they go about doing it. So this guy, by the way, he's got 78,000 subscribers on YouTube, 1.2 million on Instagram, and he had 1.6 million on TikTok. That's a lot of people who have to figure out how to read a book, get a life, or find a way to have sex with a woman. Right? There are other things to be doing, and you should go figure that out. There are more enjoyable things to be doing. Good God. That is a huge, huge audience. And so they've done this at Target, and they've done this at other places. I only hope there's a good 20 years in jail. I know, it won't be. It won't be, but man. Am I off base? Am I missing something? Right? This is a far cry from when you would Ding Dong Dash or name something else that would happen in a more simple time. Right? Maybe if you were 14 and you were doing this, part of it could be understood. This guy is what, in his 20s? Yeah. Jail. A lot of jail. A tremendous amount of jail. He's 21. Yeah, we'll see him when he's 41. And then when we let him out, we'll be like, our mistake. It was just a prank. Gosh, boy can dream, can he? Matt Bear has got traffic. Matthew, what's happening in the big city?
South side, northbound 65, stop and go traffic after South Keystone Avenue up to the south split, and that is a construction delay. We did have a disabled semi on the exit to Prospect Morris. Please be careful if you're making that exit right now. And then northbound 65 starting to tighten up from the north split out to West Street. Westbound 70 coming in from the east side before Sherman Drive. A traffic hazard reported on the shoulder, so just keep your eyes open. I mean, you are driving. Inbound 69. I-89 wide open right now from State Road 37 to 465. And then going to the airport from downtown looks pretty good at the moment on westbound 70 from West Street. Heading out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway and the Ameriplex. No problems there. If that changes, I will let you know. And good news, in the Southside construction zone, the exit ramp has reopened from northbound 65 to South Keystone Avenue. Now scheduled to be closed for another month, so it looks like we're early on this one. So you should be able to exit out of that construction zone onto Keystone Avenue from northbound 65. By the way, this construction zone on the south side that's messing us up, it's supposed to add a travel lane to I-65 both directions in that area, and it should be done by the end of next year. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Makes summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry! Offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. Matt Bear, WIBC Traffic.
Hey folks, Scott Wilson here from Wilson Farm Market, just 20 minutes north of Carmel. We're proud to bring you the freshest produce farmed right here in Indiana and across the Midwest. And don't miss our home-style fried chicken, scratch-made bakery, and a deli packed with ready-to-go favorites. Got a sweet tooth? Check out a variety of old-fashioned candies, the kind that brings back sweet memories from your childhood. At Wilson Farm Market, we're all about local freshness, friendly faces, and food that feels like home. Wilson Farm Market. That's Wilson Farm Market.
Central Indiana knows tough, but your water shouldn't be. Indiana ranks among the hardest water in the country, and your home is paying the price. Connecticut's non-electric technology means no timer, settings, or headaches. Just water that works, even when the power doesn't. And the twin tank design means clean, soft water 24/7. Connecticut water softeners are the solution, made in the U.S. Visit ConnecticutIndy.com and mention Made in the U.S. for an additional $250 off your purchase of a softener. Connecticut, American-made, Midwest tough.
So, where's the lake?
Not here.
But it says Great Lakes Honda Fishers.
Right. I just don't see a lake.
Who needs a lake when you can lease a 2025 HRV LX all-wheel drive for $329 a month and 0 down?
That definitely won't soak our bank account.
Oh, it's the old Honda Fishers.
Great Lakes, great people, great cars.
But no actual lake.
Visit us off State Road 37 for special pricing during our summer sales event. With approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only, not combinable with other offers. All fees due at signing. Loyalty or conquest rebates may apply. Offer ends July 31st. See dealer for details.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway, because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Hammer and Nigel.
Weatherman upset that Trump cutting some funding to the National Weather Service. The war on science. Yeah, tell me more about that science that told me I had to wear a mask made in China that didn't protect me from anything. Tell me about the science of 6 feet apart. Tell me about the science of being in a restaurant. You can sit down and eat with no mask, but you got to stand up and wear a mask. But if you go to can, you got to stand back up and put it on again.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Sullivan here with an offer for my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling that you don't want to miss. For a limited time, Hope Plumbing will buy back your old air conditioning unit for up to $1,500 with the purchase of a complete heating and cooling system. It's time to call them if you're hot. Don't wait for the next heat wave to be caught sweating at home. Act now before the offer ends. Stay cool and call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE. That's 641-HOPE.
Kendall and Casey.
Look at how he just broke it further than it was already broken. Why would you think he's going to fix anything?
Had the chance.
You know you need to listen to? Us. We're the ones who are right. We're the ones who will tell you how it is. We're the ones who always stand up and own it. You need to listen to us. Stop listening to these politicians. They are to blame.
Kendall and Casey. Weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, what a man had to say in court to a judge right before she handed him a sentence for stalking a basketball player, what an attorney is saying about Indiana deportation numbers, and how much money the Indianapolis Colts are willing to pay a player coming off a rookie deal. Those stories and more after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
He drove cross country. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The man who shot up an office building in Midtown Manhattan, New York City, killing 4. Fox's Alexis McAdams is outside the building where it happened.
This gunman, armed with an AR-15, literally pulls up here right near Park Avenue, jumps out of his BMW, walks up those steps behind me, and enters the lobby. That's when they say he pulled out that weapon, shot and killed an NYPD officer, and shot 3 other people, then went upstairs and opened fire as well.
He shot and killed another person on the 33rd floor, where that gunman then shot himself in the chest and died.
27-year-old Shane Tamura. Investigators say drove for days, came all the way from Nevada. He lived near the Las Vegas area, shows up here in New York City with a plan.
He reportedly left behind a suicide note and had a history of mental illness. One of those shot in the lobby survived, an employee of the NFL, which has offices in the building. There was also a shooting outside a casino in Reno, Nevada. A man opened fire in the valet parking area.
In total, 6 victims were shot. 3 of them are now deceased.
Sparks Police Chief Chris Crawford. The gunman was shot by police and is in critical condition. They don't know his motive. President Trump's out playing golf in Scotland at the new Trump course he just opened in Aberdeen. Then the president said he'll end his 5-day trip and fly back to Washington to deal with different world conflicts.
That's much more important than playing golf. As much as I like it, it's much more important.
Now, one of the conflicts is in Ukraine, where new Russian attacks killed at least 22 people the day after the president shortened a deadline for Russia to agree to a ceasefire to 10 to 12 days, or else the U.S. will impose new economic sanctions.
Former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev is warning against ultimatums, saying the president should remember 2 things. He says Russia isn't Israel or even Iran. Each new ultimatum is a threat and a step towards war, not between Russia and Ukraine, but with his own country. Don't go down the Sleepy Joe road, appearing to refer to former President Joe Biden.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What he had to say right before he was sentenced to prison. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 76 degrees. We're going up to 93. I'm Ryan Hedrick for CBeyondTheAddiction.org. Here's what's trending at 7:02.
No matter how bizarre my posts were, I could never get blocked. Even after everyone knew about the post on January 9th, her social media team never blocked.
And that is Michael Lewis. He's from Texas, but he's going to be spending some time in Indiana in prison because he was convicted of stalking Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark. Lewis was sentenced on Monday to nearly 3 years.
Part of what the plea says is that it actually caused her to feel terrorized, frightened, intimidated, threatened.
And Lewis was arrested on January 12th in Indy after he sent Clark many threats and inappropriate images on social media. He also stalked her outside of a hotel. The number of immigration-related arrests in Indiana has increased nearly 80% compared to the same time last year, says the Deportation Data Project. Chris Daly, executive director of the ACLU of Indiana, says many of those arrested have not even received due process.
Conflating those people with folks who have actual violent criminal convictions means that we're doing away with this principle of innocent until proven guilty.
Governor Mike Braun told reporters last week that he has some reservations about the arrests because some people don't have prior convictions, though he overall supports tougher enforcement by the Trump administration. After 20 days of hard work with flood victims in Kerr County, Texas, members of Indiana Task Force 1 came back home. Here's Jake McDaniel.
Task Force members left Indy on the 8th to help out the people, homes, and the camps that were involved. Over 130 Texas people have died in the flood. Indiana Task Force 1 leader Jay Sedergren says one of their biggest challenges was
knowing that there's a lot of people there who have loved ones missing. And you know, so that takes a lot to be able to go do that. We're as prepared as we possibly can to go into that.
And now that they're back,
we covered over 100 miles. Each person did, working the shore banks of the Guadalupe River. So it's extremely important for us to get our folks back reconnected with their families, give them a chance to rest.
And he appreciates the hard work his members put into. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
We're in our last days in July, and the Colts are working their way to their first preseason game against the Baltimore Ravens next Thursday. Kenny Moore is a defensive back.
It's been good. It's been good. Some areas that we're still working on. Different situations that we still need to work on and progress throughout camp. Still early on right now to be comfortable.
And Moore was talking about his comfort level with their new defensive coordinator, Lou Anarumo. And the Colts and offensive lineman Bernard Raymond have agreed to a contract deal that could be worth up to $100 million, $60 million guaranteed. I'm Ryan Hedrick on The Level on the go and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at northbound 65 at the construction on the south side. We slow from Edgewood up to 465 and then hit the brakes after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a construction zone that's going to last until the end of next year. Northbound 65 slows out of the north split to West Street in a crash in Lords at Penn Pike east of 465. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. We have another heat advisory in place until 8 p.m. where we are going to see hot and humid conditions once again. Today may be the hottest day of the year with highs around 94. Feels like temps between 100 and 105. Mainly clear skies tonight. It's going to be mild and muggy with lows near 75. On Wednesday, still hot and humid, partly cloudy, but we're going to look for some spotty showers and thunderstorms to develop late Wednesday. Highs near 91 on Wednesday. Thursday, some scattered showers and storms. Highs near 80, and more importantly, humidity values begin to drop. It feels much more comfortable and fantastic conditions. This weekend, below normal temps and low humidity.
That is Tara Hastings of Wish TV. Tara, what are you doing on August 23rd?
I don't know. I need to consult my calendar. I don't know what I'm doing on August.
You're going to need to save the date, Tara Hastings.
Do I need to put something on my calendar? What am I going to be doing on August 23rd?
Oh, yeah. Something needs to be on your calendar.
Okay. What is it?
I'm going to tell you in about 60 seconds. You might want to be listening.
Okay.
All right?
Copy.
Yeah. Bourbon is involved.
Oh, well, I'm going to go find a sitter right now.
That is correct. That is accurate. Fine. Matt Bear will be busy that night, but you're going to find somebody else, I'm sure. August 23rd. Announcement
August
in 45
23rd.
seconds. 45
Bourbon?
seconds away. There it is.
Okay.
That's Tara
Do
Hastings.
you have to hit
of
like a
Wish.
specific time frame here of when you got to announce this?
In 45 seconds. You know what?
Now 30 seconds.
Now you can't come. Now you can't come.
What?
No, guys, the announcement has been delayed because Tara is having a moment. If I tell you it's going to be in 45 seconds, that's the time frame. How can you ask what the time frame is if I tell you the time frame?
No, like I'm patiently waiting.
Now you're just being rude.
Yes.
All right, you listen. I'm going to go do this.
Okay, go
Right
do
here.
it. I'm gonna
It's
listen.
Tara Hastings right there. Still 45 seconds. 74 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:08. August 23rd. That is the day. Oh, that is a Saturday night. First, let me just say, there was always a plan to do a summer event. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Good to be with you. There was always a plan to do a summer event. But then I screwed up the arm, which is, in pretty good shape now. It's been months. And, well, that took a month out, and it took planning out. And I was like, okay, maybe we won't do something. And then I had thought about an idea, and I had reached out to somebody about it, and they were like, oh, yeah, that sounds like fun. Let's go do that. I'm like, all right, well, the question is going to be where? And I looked to the south side. Places didn't work out the way I wanted. Lovely places just didn't work out. And I thought about the west side, and it didn't work out. And, our last event was in Kokomo. I'm not going back to Kokomo for this one. Sorry. And then I had a conversation with a distillery that has itself some very cool spots, a very cool space. And I said, hey, what about this for August 23rd? And everyone said, let's do the thing. So let us do the thing. And let's do it very, very well. August 23rd, 2025. Myself, Nick Searcy from TV's Justified and IMDb that goes a mile long. Actor, writer, director, his documentary on January 6th, a conservative in Hollywood who moved to the Midwest because you cannot stay in LA. It is one night, it is bourbon, it is me, it is Nick Searcy from LA to the Midwest and never looking back. Tickets will be available starting next week. Sponsorships are available right now. It is going to be an absolutely unbelievable evening. Stories out of LA, stories about getting out of LA, his investigative look into January 6th and really learning how the machine works in so many of these cases. It's going to be an incredible, incredible night. Bourbon from West Fork Whiskey, that's where we will be. West Fork Whiskey there in Westfield, and we'll have the bourbon. And, yes, of course. We will end the night with some fantastic cigars. And I was asked at the last event to make sure maybe I had, if not everybody's a bourbon drinker, which I can appreciate, maybe a wine bar. Maybe because it's summer, maybe a Prosecco bar. Well, don't worry. I will have that covered as well. The food, the drinks, the everything. This is August 23rd, and you're like, Tony, that's less than a month away. Oh, I know. I am fully aware, and I am absolutely looking to you guys for the help to get this thing sold out. The tickets will go on sale next week. Yes, I know it's a quick turnaround, but that's when the timing worked, and that's the way it goes, and you either take advantage of opportunity or you act like a coward. So I'm going to take advantage of opportunity. So tickets will go on sale next week. Sponsorship is available right now, Tony@TonyKatz.com. You should reach out to me. I'll take care of it, or I'll connect you with IBC, and they'll take care of it. It's going to be a fantastic night. You're going to laugh your head off. You're going to learn a ton. You are going to walk away saying, damn, that was good. That's how good it's going to be. Nick Searcy, you've seen the show Justified. You've seen his films. It's going to be an incredible night. August 23rd, West Fork Whiskey there in Westfield. I will see you there. Going to be sensational. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like your neighbor Jerry.
When we first started looking for different options, we went to the internet. We did choose Galaxy, and definitely happy that we did. We first had our front porch and our pool deck done. Decided we loved it so much, we had them out about 10, 11 months later to finish up and do our back porch.
Commercial or residential, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
The crews at Galaxy were great. They actually cared about my property, very punctual, knowledgeable, and just a great group of workers.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings works for any area like patios, garage floors, driveways, and around pools.
I'm 100% satisfied. It's not slippery and it's not hot. I was very impressed with the product. It's amazing that I don't burn my feet and my 6-year-old doesn't fall.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook, GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com. We are out of this world.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
Traffic on the 5s, Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
South side northbound 65 stop and go traffic after South Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. On the east side northbound 465 slows from Penn Pike up to East 56th Street and a crash in Lawrence, Penn Pike east of 465. Traffic sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops. Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh the vibe with 69 cents large big gulp drinks. Speedy Rewards app required, valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
74 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
I'm a grandson, a son. I'm an employee and a mentor. I'm a father to 2 beautiful kids and a husband to an amazing wife. And I have a substance use disorder. In other words, I'm living in recovery with an addiction. And now that you know, will you let it change how you see me? It's okay to see my addiction, but I want you to know it's people choosing to see me as a person that changed my life.
See the person, not just their disease. Learn more at cbeyondtheaddiction.org.
Hi, this is Zach from Ingledow Tree Experts. When it comes to the health and beauty of your trees, trust Ingledow Tree Experts. Our certified arborists ensure your trees are trimmed, removed, and cared for with precision. Summer is the perfect time to schedule fall pruning. Call now for your free estimate and let us handle the hard work. 317-903-0102 or visit ingledowtreeexperts.com for more information. Ingledow Tree Experts, where your trees come first.
Something happens to you. What happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/talk. That's ethos.com/talk. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Fill your tank. Don't drain your wallet. Sam's Club lets you save time at the pump with Scan and Go checkout at Sam's Club fuel stations. Just scan the QR code on the pump and pay. Visit your local Sam's Club today.
It's going to be an incredible event. August 23rd. I have not let you down yet. I am not about to start. It is going to be fantastic. It is going to be peek behind the curtain, whether we're talking about LA or DC or really what it is to leave these coastal places and come to a place that you actually want to be, and Midwest living and how he came to it, why I did it. It's going to be an incredible night. August 23rd. Tickets available next week. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning, Nick Searcy. One night only, actor, director, documentarian, and also author. And his book, will be available, and your ticket may get you the book. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. It's going to be nutty. August 23rd. Save the date right now. That's going to happen. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's the story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn, because there is more. Brought to you by Boer Remodeling, Booher, BoerRemodeling.com. I came across, I think this was out of the Wall Street Journal, about, no, this wasn't about, this one was not Wall Street Journal. This was over at News Nation. Is Hollywood shifting to the right? I thought it was an interesting question to be asked, because Trump has Hollywood ambassadors and studios are shelving progressive storylines. Well, let's go through this as rational people. No, I do not believe that Hollywood is in any way trending to the right. I believe these people are as progressive and ridiculous as ever. I do believe that many of them have at least accepted that the things that they do to move their progressive ideology forward doesn't translate to success at a box office. Right? You can give me all of the storylines. You added this kind of character and that kind of character. And, oh, they're using these pronouns and all that. But Top Gun Maverick is what people want to see. So the people, I don't believe, have shifted in any such direction. It certainly could be seen that there is an acceptance that there might be another audience out there. And certainly that other audience, which is an audience that doesn't want to be lectured to. I don't even know if they're politically right. They just don't want to be lectured to. They're looking for other content. And I want to be somebody who helps make that kind of content. It doesn't have to be some flag-waving thing. It just stop yelling at us already. Stop being garbage. You know, create good stories. Don't create faux stories. Right? That's the story here. And I want to help people make that content, whether it's Nick or anybody else. If I can do that, I want to. That's, I think, the next step in my own evolution. So it was an interesting story about whether or not that's actually happening. And then came this post from Amy Walter of the Cook Political Report. And it shows that younger men are shifting to the right. Well, we've had this conversation. We saw it in the election. We saw it in the data of where people went. Certainly the low propensity voter, which is a Trump supporter, not a Republican supporter, which is why we always discussed, and if you were at the event we did last November, the Republican Party has a brand issue. Trump does not. And the brand issue is that the Republican Party is not as strong as the Trump brand. And so these people who voted for Trump are not necessarily people who are going to vote for Republicans. And we saw this in the senatorial elections in Nevada and in Michigan and in Wisconsin. But if you take a look at young men moving to the right, young women are also having a series of moves. So if you take a look at leaning right or leaning left, women lean more to the political left than do men. We see this time and again and again and again. So why is it that Gen Z women are 11 points more Democratic than Gen X women? What exactly is happening there? How does this come to be? It's a worthy question about what's happening with girls inside in the political sphere. I think we understand what's happening with guys. Guys have been told they're toxic, and guys have been told they're sexist, and guys have been told they're terrible. And they're like, we're not terrible, and go to hell and screw off, and we're going to do our thing. And there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. There's masculinity, which is a good thing. Proving this is Molly Jong Fast, who I consider to be, what is the word I'm looking for? Not bright. I think she wants to put on the air of intellectualism, but she has never achieved such a thing. I don't care if she listens to this. I'm not a fan. I'm unimpressed. And she is part of that MSNBC morning show Insanity, that used to be, of course, Morning Joe, the intellectual morning show, and then they decided that wasn't fun. Let's have people like Molly Jong Fast on. Again, I really don't see a strength in the mind there. And she comes around with this bit of so-called political acumen.
He is going to the place where the voters are, right? The only way to get in front of Joe Rogan's, millions, tens of millions, and tens of millions of viewers is to go on his show. And that, I think, is so important. The other thing I would say about Joe Rogan is you'll remember Joe Rogan endorsed Bernie Sanders in 2016. The reason that Trump was able to take this ground, right, the podcaster bro landscape, was because Democrats at least seeded it by not going on in these spaces. And they made decisions about why not to go into these spaces that may have been the right decisions at the time, but now are clearly not how to run for office. You can't get in front of these voters any other way but going on these podcasts. And maybe you don't endorse all of their theories and all of their beliefs. You still have to go there because that's where the voters are.
So the voters are all listening to people who don't believe in toxic masculinity, who don't believe in pronouns. They're all the voters are going to people where the conversations are honest and they are not made to feel terrible about themselves. Well, that should tell you something. That should teach you something. Why is the voter there? And if the voter is there, why does the left continue to hate these people and attack these people and demean these people and insult these people? What's the win? What's the value? Can't you just be you and not insult these people? So has Hollywood moved right? Absolutely not. Are there some in Hollywood who aren't interested in insulting those other guys? Yes. And maybe that's how you still get some worthwhile movies made. But there's nothing about the Democratic Party that has shown that they have shifted to some level of rationality, nor that they actually want to go about reaching the voter that listens to Rogan or anybody like that. They would rather shut that guy down so that they might go on the podcast. That's not the way to get the voter. The way you get the voter is to have a message that resonates with the voter. But at least maybe I should give her credit. It's a recognition of where the voters are. And they sure as hell ain't with Pod Save America. Sorry, Tommy Vitor. You're not the alpha these guys are looking for. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's going on, Matthew?
Northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from Keystone Avenue up to the south split because of construction. And on the southeast side, northbound 465 slow from 74 up to Brookville Road. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Makes summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry. Offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show this afternoon. Biggest stories in Indy. Bo Duke, John Schneider will join us. Jeff Boggs will make us laugh. Let's have a show.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I'm here with Michaela to talk about water damage. Water damage at your home or business can come from heavy rains, broken or frozen pipes, and countless other ways. Michaela, if someone has a loss due to water, why should they call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local, family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. We are manning the phones and ready to help 24/7, 365. Michaela specializes in water damage restoration, is IICRC certified, and will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I know a big part of getting back to normal is dealing with the insurance company. Can Michaela's help there?
Yes, Michaela's works through the entire process on your behalf to make it easy and give you peace of mind.
If you have water damage, call the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and mold, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is $0 and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Offer ends September 1st. IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
Kendall and Casey.
Look at how he just broke it further than it was already broken. Why would you think he's going to fix anything?
You have the chance.
You know who you need to listen to? Us. We're the ones who are right. We're the ones who will tell you how it is. We're the ones who always stand up and own it. You need to listen to us. Stop listening to these politicians. They are to blame.
Kendall and Casey. Weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Shots fired in a Manhattan office building. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis. We're at 76 degrees. We're going up to 94 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31.
The building's security camera footage shows the shooter enter the lobby, turn right, and immediately open fire on an NYPD officer.
New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch at a press conference late last night after a man entered a building that houses the NFL in Blackstone and shot and killed 6 people, including a police officer. She says the man was ID'd by police as Shane Tamora, former high school football player. He traveled across the country right before the shooting.
Through Colorado on July 26th, then Nebraska and Iowa on July 27th, and then in Columbia, New Jersey, as recently as 4:24 p.m. today. The vehicle entered New York City shortly thereafter.
And Tisch talked about one of the victims.
One male civilian, the lone shooting survivor, who is in critical but stable condition at this time.
And that man works for the NFL. One of the people killed was a Blackstone executive. President Trump expected to return to the U.S. today after opening his new golf course in Scotland. Fox's Madeline Rivera.
The president is capping off his trip on a personal note with ribbon cutting for this golf course. While this portion of the trip does deal with his family business, the president took on a lot of critical issues, from tariffs to the war in Gaza. The president is riding high from a deal with the European Union that imposes a 15% tariff on most European goods. The bloc, meantime, is opening their markets to American imports at 0% while pledging to buy $750 billion in American energy and investing $600 billion more in the U.S. through 2028.
And Trump also pressed about questions about the Epstein files. He clarified his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, saying that he kicked him out of his Mar-a-Lago residence at one point. Jake McDaniel reports on a Texas man headed to prison for stalking Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark.
Michael Lewis also sent Clark many threats and inappropriate pictures on social media. He was arrested in January.
I never followed her on foot. I never followed her in her car. I never hid out hoping to take a picture. I never got an autograph. I've never seen her in public.
In court, Lewis blamed Clark's social media team for not blocking his messages. He faces 2.5 years in prison and was told to stay away from Clark in Cambridge Fieldhouse. Clark also told police she had to change her public habits after seeing Lewis's messages. Jake McDaniel, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
And by now, you've probably heard that Indiana Task Force 1, which is made up of structural engineers and paramedics and police officers, went to Texas to help rescue and recovery efforts after the flooding.
We arrived on the 9th of July and went directly to work for Kerr County and Kerrville, which is the main area of town just downriver from the camp where the kids were washed away.
And that's Indiana Task Force 1 leader Jay Sedegren talking to WIBC about their experience. And sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com.
You know, we're saddened of the loss of a great man. We were lucky as a group this year to have Rhino in spring training, and it was an honor to be around, a man, battling for his life, but wanting to come to the baseball park and spend his day with us.
And that is Chicago Cubs manager Craig Counsell sharing his thoughts on the passing of Hall of Famer Ryne Sandberg.
It's a sad day for the Chicago Cubs. He was a great Cub. I'm grateful that we got a chance to get to know him this spring.
Sandberg died on Monday at 65 after battling prostate cancer. The Cubs lost the game to the Brewers 8-4. Dodgers beat the Reds 5-2. And day number 5 of Indianapolis Colts training camp, Juju Brent's back after blowing out his knee in last year's opener against the Texans.
Not worried about too much about the result. Just take it day by day. And I'm just appreciative, blessed to be able to be back out here with the guys, be able to compete.
And the Colts kick off their preseason schedule next Thursday on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
Northbound 65 south side, slow after Southport Road up to 465. It's a construction slowdown into those 465 Rams. And we hit the brakes northbound 65 after Keystone Avenue into the south split. And that's a delay right now of about 6 minutes. Inbound 69, stop and go 116th Street, 282nd, a 6-minute delay. Northbound 465 on the northwest side, stop and go from 86th Street up to 865. Northbound 65, slow out of the north split to west, and then southbound 65, slow roll from 29th to 21st Street. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Makes summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with the best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry. Offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 75 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Whenever I'm out a wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, just take my money. No, seriously. This might happen. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, I'm clearing my head. I'm getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on the Facebook Marketplace. The Marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It is your cash. Go get it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text my name, Tony, Tony, to 46220 to find out what's waiting for you, how easy it is to do, and it is all free. My people. The marketplace has cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff, interesting stuff, all sorts of stuff. Matt Bear joins me on the live stream over there at the YouTubes. Just go to 93 WIBC and subscribe. Producer Carl is there as well. He put himself in the center square because, it's all about him.
Woo!
Matt Bear, have I mentioned to you that I like the mid-century modern look?
Yes, you said that thousands of times.
Are you a fan of the mid-century modern?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
What are you more a fan of? Like, what is your style? What is your design aesthetic?
I like something really urban. Is anybody familiar with the term steampunk?
Oh, yes.
I like exposed piping, things like that. That's my thing. I like something with that kind of aesthetic to it.
We are very familiar with steampunk at WIBC. We have all met Ethan Hatcher.
He's kind of got the hat, doesn't he, now that you mentioned it?
Saturdays on the Circle. Catch him every Saturday night. Ethan Hatcher, if you're not listening, it's a fun show. This is a 1970s sofa and chair set. It is wood. It is yellow. It has the couch has the pattern. The chair, it looks like you are Captain Kirk, and there are two of these chairs. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you right now, first of all, the sofa is 84 inches wide, 2 matching chairs, and 1 ottoman. Smoke-free home, pickup only. Are you looking at these things, Matt Bear?
Yeah, I'm looking at them. They kind of look like they're from the Overlook Hotel. From the
you look full Shining.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the Shining, room 237 and everything. So, woman in the bathtub. I dig the couch, man. I really do. And the recliner looks like it's too big, man. That's a big-butted chair.
First of all, I don't think it's a recliner. I think it's just a chair.
Well, you throw it upside down, it's a recliner, man.
That's not how it's not even science. Secondly, I'm pretty sure you can't say big butted anymore.
No, it's but what do you call it then? It's a big butted chair. It's for a large butt.
Big butted I don't think is allowed, but wide load is still allowed.
Sorry. Okay, I don't want to get us docked for that.
That is a wide load chair.
Is wide load? Yeah, it's acceptable. We're good. It's a chair for a wide-loaded butt, and with the arms that spread out to the elbows.
Right.
It looks comfortable.
Flop over the side, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's a nice-looking chair. I like the aesthetic. It's fun, but if you buy the couch, you got to buy the chair with it so they match, and then you can put it all together. You got to have both.
Right. So it's like this yellow, but it's also a little bit of gold. It's also a touch of orange.
Maize.
And the fabric has some motion to it. They're asking for the whole set, $500.
That's not bad. That is not bad at all. You said $500 for this whole thing.
For the whole thing.
Non-smoking couch.
Yeah. Okay, couch does not smoke.
No ashtrays.
And you find this.
No ashtrays.
You find this in Bluffton.
Bluffton? I got to drive to Bluffton for this?
Yeah. Actually, they say they're located near Bern.
Is that on the new interstate, I-69? Can I get to Bluffton from that?
I think you got to take some side roads after that.
Oh, damn.
And you got to have a password.
You got to pay the toll.
Right?
Okay, coming soon.
I just want to say, I do not think, because I have an oddly shaped house, I do not know if I have room for an 84-inch couch, but I have room for those chairs. This should happen in my life. You just have to help me move it. You're going to have to pick it up.
I'd help you move it, but I really like this. The more I look at it, the more I dig it. I just don't want to drive to Bluffton, and I don't want to pay anybody to drive to Bluffton. That's the only thing.
I would like to know who made it, who the designer was, but stylistically, absolutely perfect. If you have, I think you can put this in a living room if you've got or a side sitting room. If you've got the basement, this works. It's exceptional. It is. If it's in any way comfortable, this is coming home with me.
Great for the big-butted people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can invite all the fat butts over. No, here, mother-in-law, we got this chair just for you because
that's rude.
We thought you'd think it pretty.
What's wrong with you?
What? Not me.
Oh, okay.
My mother-in-law doesn't have a giant butt.
But she's got a big ass. Oh, sorry.
Wow. That is not cool. Wow. You couldn't just hold out. You couldn't just let it be. Send your mail to Matt Bear at WIBC.com. My God. This is listed at WIBC.com. Everything we do for the marketplace is there. This is a win. This is a win. I'm surprised it's not sold already. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
When you own a business, it feels like everything's on you. Orders, deliveries, employees, on you. That's why Comcast Business is giving you a year of mobile on us with your internet service.
Really?
Yep. We'll cover your first line of mobile for 1 year. So calling customers, getting directions, texting Janine and shipping, on us. The broken coffee maker? That one's still on you, which means you'll save hundreds for your business and get the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and Wi-Fi hotspots on us. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Get a mobile plan and free up the budget to maybe, I don't know, fix that coffee maker? Get mobile on us for 1 year. You guessed it, on us. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/22/25. Restrictions apply. New mobile customers only with internet standard service or above. Limited to value of one unlimited intro line apply via 12 monthly internet bill credits. One discount per account. Fastest mobile based on mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data in service areas. Ookla Speed Test Intelligence 2H24.
This is the soundtrack of summer.
Some memories last forever.
A cow says...
Some memories thrill.
This is a roller coaster.
Some memories chill.
Listen to the lemon shake-up.
And new memories are waiting at your Indiana State Fair. Presented by Get Prepared Indiana. Save now on discounted tickets.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken.
Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what are we doing?
Southbound 65, crash at 21st Street, left lane block. Traffic stop and go back to MLK and beyond. We're now backed up to 38th Kessler. Inbound 69, stop and go traffic from 96th Street down to 82nd. And then northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go from South Keystone Avenue up to the South Split, delayed by 9 minutes. Westbound 70 slow, Shadeland to Arlington and again into the North Split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
74 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:45.
Fill your tank. Don't drain your wallet. Sam's Club lets you save time at the pump with Scan and Go checkout at Sam's Club fuel stations. Just scan the QR code on the pump and pay. Visit your local Sam's Club today.
Delivers thrills of all kinds on your command. Audiobooks that keep you guessing, captivating originals, and hotly anticipated new releases. Start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com.
You support them. Who supports you? Matt Bear and Ryan Hedrick provide insight, encouragement, and resources to help you navigate a loved one's recovery on the Supporting Sobriety podcast. Listen and get support wherever you get your podcasts.
WIBC has a story about the Indianapolis homeless responding to stereotypes. And from the headline, I said, I'm not quite sure I get the story. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Of course, we have a homeless issue. We have this area near Fountain Square that is now going to be cleared out by August 11th. We have an issue with homelessness. Issues that involve those who are down in their luck, issues that involve those who have addiction issues, and those who have mental illness. We can categorize them. I'm sure there might be other categories, but at least we know those three categories are legit. We understand what they are. And it's a story about how the people who are homeless want to change the stereotypes attached to them. And so the news team and for Lindsay Eaton, the comms director for the Secretary of State, we have a news department and then we have commentary. And so when you make the claim that commentary is news, you really fail to understand what it is we are at WIBC, or you're doing it purposefully. Your response to us regarding our questions to the Secretary of State, Diego Morales, about what we have ever done that is fake news was really inappropriate. And lacked professionalism. You should be really taking a look at what you wrote us and asking yourself why you did that. The Secretary of State should answer the question, what is it that we have done that is fake news? Not commentary you don't like. What have we done that is fake news? Now, I put forth to you the answer is nothing. You made it up. You're unwilling to have the conversation. You're unwilling to honestly address the situation. And you, Lindsey Eaton, made the Secretary of State look bad, which is a really interesting thing because he does such a good job of that all by himself. Your response lacked the professionalism that we demand, that Hoosiers should demand. And you should really consider whether or not this is the future. Producer Carl, email again. Email again. We want an answer to the question, what has WIBC done that constitutes it being called fake news? Please provide specifics. She did not provide specifics in her response to us. Carl, I want the email out today. I want specifics from Lindsey Eaton and from the Secretary of State, Diego Morales. If you're going to call us fake news, what specifically are you referring to so it can be addressed? If you're unwilling to give specifics, we're going to start calling you very specific types of comments, and we will be accurate because you are inaccurate. So this is the opportunity. Tell us exactly what we did that was fake. Lindsey Eaton, comms director, Diego Morales, Secretary of State. The email is on its way today. We expect a response, and not a response that comes like 4 p.m. on a Friday so it gets dumped with the trash, which is how you responded to us last time. Let's get back to the homeless issue of Indianapolis. The story, as written by Ryan Hedrick, says, quote, from a woman named Tanya, who lives there in this encampment. We're not just addicts or criminals. I know it sounds crazy to some people, but I've got a calling. I'm working on a degree to be a pastor. I'm raising my kids the best I can, even here on the streets. I would say to Tanya that I would argue that the vast majority of people understand that that could be happening. And I would also state that the vast majority of people want to be helpful in that situation because in a very selfish way, and I don't mind selfishness. I think selfishness is very, very important. People acting in their best interest very often provide the best interest for the group. If you're off the streets, if you're in a home, apartment, however you want to call it, we're better off, you're better off. It's a win-win. And what you're discussing is you're somebody who doesn't have these other issues that make that kind of reality harder. We're not stereotyping you. We are recognizing that there are groups of people. And yes, they do fall into certain characteristics. That's not a stereotype. That is factual. If we're talking about people who are mentally ill or talking about people who are drug addicted, that's not a stereotype. And I would state that we shouldn't be afraid of having that conversation because somehow it might offend. This is not about offense. This is about recognition. We have to engage reality. By the way, you're raising your kids on the streets. No part of that is easy. Why shouldn't we as a city say we could do better here for the people who actually can take the help, want the help, and don't have these other issues? 1,000%. Then the conversation discusses Ashley. I've been in and out of violent relationships, and I've got 3 kids I haven't seen in a long time. There's a Department of Child Services case still open. Until that's settled, I can't be with them. It's not that I don't care. It's that I'm stuck. I will say to you that I am not a fan of DCS, and I absolutely believe that there are levels of abuse and there are levels of beyond disrespect for parents, and it is ugly in many of the ways you hear these stories about how families are treated by child services. Somebody makes a claim, and the next thing you know, somebody else is guilty until proven innocent. It is horrific stuff. The state coming in and saying you're not the parent in so many cases, awful. I should recognize that we want kids protected. Amazingly, we don't protect kids from parents who say, it's okay, you can mutilate your body because it's gender affirming care. When you get to that point, please let me know so I can applaud you. I think you should read the article over there at WIBC.com. I would just state that I don't think that we're stereotyping. I think that what we're not doing is engaging a large enough conversation to address the issue. And certainly I don't have all the answers on solving it. I've discussed this as the idea of public-private, discussed the idea that the people who are just down on their luck, having a hard time, but aren't mentally ill, aren't engaged in drugs, there's a way to help those people. That's the first line, and we should be doing that to all the best of our ability. I think that is something we can get done. And it probably is a public-private way in there. I'm sure there are things that are happening. Can you expand on those things, et cetera? But to note that there is a drug problem that leads to homelessness, to note that there is a mental illness problem that leads to homelessness, I think if we don't address those things, we're never going to be able to deal with them. And so I have to disagree that I don't think we're stereotyping. I think we're recognizing. And I think that's very important. Catch the story, WIBC.com. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Northwest side crash, northbound 465 at I-865. Center lane is blocked. Traffic stop and go back to 86th Street, delayed 3 minutes. Inbound 69 at 96th Street. That's a crash on the shoulder. Stop and go traffic to 116th. Southbound 65 at 21st Street. Left lane blocked because of a crash and traffic is jammed back to 38th Street, Kessler Boulevard for a delay of 16 minutes. Northbound 65 crawling up the south side after South Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry! Offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. Matt Barrett, WIBC Traffic.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. I've been working out there now for nearly 2 decades, and let me tell you, it works. I'm in my 70s now, and I'm doing things on the farm that I couldn't even do in my 40s. Lifting and carrying, working the way I want to, without worrying if my body can keep up. Now that's real strength. That's real results. What makes Exercise Inc. different? Well, it's the people. The professional staff, many with over 15 years of experience, know exactly how to guide me, support me, and push me to be my very strongest because they know what works. It only takes 20 minutes a week. No wasted time, no crowded gyms, just real results. If you're tired of feeling weaker, if you want more energy and strength for everyday life, give this a try. The consultation is free, and I can promise you it's worth it. Exercise Inc. It's helped me stay strong for nearly 20 years. They can help you too. Go to exerciseinc.com today to sign up. They've got locations in Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood, and in Fishers too. That's exerciseinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique, custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
A new piece says AOC could actually become the president.
Yikes. Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Do you need air conditioning service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust like Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling? We'll find that independent American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Hammer and Nigel show this afternoon. Biggest stories in Indy. Bo Duke, John Schneider will join us. Jeff Boggs will make us laugh. Let's have a show.
Another update is just minutes away.
Shot up an office building in Midtown Manhattan.
Armed with an AR-15.
Killing 4. Shot himself in the chest.
Hear the news.
Michael Lewis stalking Caitlin Clark, sentenced to nearly 3 years.
As events happen.
First preseason game next Thursday.
We'll happen to be there.
Kenny Moore is a defensive back.
Different situations that we still need to work on. Still early on right now to be comfortable.
On the level, on the go. 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, from social media harassing to a prison cell, what a judge had to say about a man convicted of stalking Caitlin Clark, and what Indiana Task Force 1 said after returning from Texas to help flood victims. Those stories and more after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
He had a history of mental health issues. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The gunman who drove cross-country from Nevada, then walked into an office building in New York City last night and started shooting.
It was an M4 rifle, and we also found a revolver in the vehicle with ammunition and magazines.
Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch, he killed 4 people, including an officer.
Didaril Islam, he was shot and killed. He was only 36 years old, working off-duty security at this building. It was like a second job. It was a program through the NYPD to get extra hours and money. He was married with 2 little boys, and his wife is pregnant with their 3rd child.
Fox's Alexis McAdams outside the building on Park Avenue in Manhattan, where the gunman also killed himself.
The New York Post had some information this morning that we're trying to confirm as well, talking about how the gunman played football in high school and had struggled with CTE, reportedly leaving a note in his pocket inside. Could that be a motive? That is still the question.
Another person was wounded, and an executive with the NFL, which has offices in the building. 3 people were killed, 3 wounded in another shooting outside a Reno, Nevada casino. That gunman was shot by police and hospitalized. Russia launched new attacks on Ukraine, killing at least 22 people the day after President Trump shortened his deadline for Russia to stop the war or face new economic sanctions.
The word from the Kremlin and Dmitry Medvedev is ominous. Quote, he should remember 2 things. 1, Russia isn't Israel or even Iran. 2, each new ultimatum is a threat and a step towards war. Not between Russia and Ukraine, but with his own country.
The president says Fox's Peter Ducey at the White House. The president's now out golfing at his new course in Scotland. He'll fly back to Washington later. This is going to be a really hot day. Advisories, Nebraska down to Florida, up to New Hampshire. Extreme heat warnings in some areas.
These are feels like, so it's the heat plus the humidity. 110, 111 in Savannah, 109 in Jackson, 110 in Memphis. So a lot of spots getting at least up to triple digits.
Meteorologist Adam Klotz. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
How many illegal immigrants were deported from Indiana? You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 76 degrees. We're going up to 94. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 8:02. President Trump says he's targeting criminals for deportation, but the ACLU of Indiana says that's not the full story. Data from the Deportation Data Project says deportations in Indiana since Trump took office are up nearly 80%, and most of those people don't have criminal records.
If that data is correct, I'd say that should raise eyebrows because I've been clearly on record the worst first, and there are many of them out there. And if you're actually involving others, you're not probably doing a good enough job.
Now, Border Czar Tom Homan has gone on record multiple times saying being in the country illegally is a crime in and of itself. Governor Braun speaking with Wish TV. Many of the arrests happen at the Marion County Jail, where ICE data shows 960 arrests happen there. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin is visiting Indianapolis today, and he will be accompanied by Governor Mike Braun at an event. A Texas man arrested in January for stalking Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark is going to prison.
Part of what the plea says is that it actually caused her to feel terrorized, frightened, intimidated, threatened.
And that was the judge talking to Michael Lewis, who's from Texas, at a court appearance right before she handed him a 2.5-year prison sentence. You may remember the flooding in central Texas in Kerr County that took more than 100 people's lives. Texas has been helped by Hoosiers, and that Hoosier team is Indiana Task Force 1. They returned to Indianapolis Monday. Jake McDaniel with the story.
Indiana Task Force 1 members left Indy on the 8th to help search and rescue people along the Guadalupe River. Indiana Task Force 1 leader Jay Sedergren says the main priority was to search the debris.
All the way up to and along the river because it affected homes. There were a lot of properties that is flooded into.
He explained what the team does to prepare for disasters like these.
Swiftwater training, we do structural collapse training so that when we're called upon, we're able to go in and act quickly and be able to hopefully effect rescues.
Team members returned back to Indy Monday afternoon after 2 weeks of work. Jake McDaniel, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
The aforementioned Caitlin Clark hasn't been with the Fever for several games because she's nursing a groin injury, and head coach Stephanie White says the team still has to go out and prepare. This time they're preparing for the Phoenix Mercury Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, we can only control what we can control. And we've got to really be where our feet are and focus on us. That's as a staff, obviously, and players are aware of it. But as far as it being a daily conversation, no, we have to take care of what we can control.
And we're not sure if Clark will be back in the lineup. And Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton may have missed out on an NBA title this year, but some say he may have locked up something bigger. Yesterday, he proposed to his longtime girlfriend, Jade Jones, at Iowa State University. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
Northwest side crash northbound 465 before 865. It blocks 2 left lanes. Stops traffic past West 86th Street, and we're delayed 13 minutes. Inbound 69 and 96 crash on the outside shoulder. Stop and go traffic back to 116th Street, delayed 6 minutes. Inbound 65 crash at 21st Street, blocking the fast lane. Stop and go traffic to 38th Kessler, and a delay of 16 minutes. Northbound 65 stop and go after South Keystone Avenue into the South Split because of construction, and an 11-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Aleve. Traffic and body pain can slow you down, but don't let the pain stop you. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so you can keep moving. Use as directed. I'm Matt Baer on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's happening?
Hot and humid this afternoon. Could be the hottest day of the year at 94 degrees. Heat indices between 100 and 105. Look for mostly clear skies tonight, mild and muggy with lows near 75. Partly cloudy Wednesday, some spotty showers and thunderstorms possible late Wednesday. Still going to be hot and humid with highs near 91, but relief heading in our direction. Some scattered showers and storms on Thursday, highs only near 80. Lower humidity values, and fantastic this weekend. Sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s, and nighttime lows on early Saturday morning could fall to 58 degrees.
That's a crazy swing.
I know.
It's a crazy but beautiful swing.
Yes, I love it. I'm looking forward to it.
And then August 23rd, me, Nick Searcy from television's Justified, every movie you've ever seen, in your life. The actor, the director, the producer, author, with me from L.A. to the Midwest and never looking back. West Fork Whiskey in Westfield, August 23rd. Tickets go on sale next week.
Next week. All right. I've already sent to my people.
Right.
Let them know. Give them a heads up that this is happening.
That is happening. Correct.
I love it.
Tara Hastings will be there. She'll sign your baby.
I will not sign your baby.
She will sign your baby. Oh, by the way.
You want babies there?
No, you have to be 21 or older to attend.
Exactly.
That's it. And I've had people say, I want to bring my kids. And I'm like, the events I do, it doesn't work like that. But I will do an event where people can bring their kids. I will put that together.
Oh, that's fun.
I will do that. It just won't be this one because we're going to drink a lot of bourbon. It is West Fork Whiskey, August 23rd. Nick Searcy from television's Justified. You've seen his movies. You have seen his work, his documentaries. August 23rd, West Fork Whiskey, Westfield, Indiana, and surprise appearance, not so much a surprise, by Tara Hastings.
I'm looking up their website right now. I want to see their bourbons. I might have had them.
Yes, they've got a whole bunch of things.
Oh, I have had this one. The Hamer.
So there it is. What kind of review ever beats? Oh, I've had that one.
Yes.
That's Tara
I'm excited
Hastings.
about this.
It's Tara Hastings with the bourbon review. Oh.
I literally just had this the other couple weeks ago, I think. Yeah. The Old Hamer.
And you pronounced it right too. The Old
Are you
Hamer.
happy about
Absolutely true. That is correct. Well done. Well played. I got to run. Work has to be done. Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. I appreciate you. 76 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:09. If we could all, I shouldn't say all because it's not us. If all the people enamored with Caitlin Clark could just stop with the stalking, that would be great. There's nothing that freaks me out or creeps me out more. Stalking is very, very weird. A guy gets a 2.5-year sentence for a level 6 felony count of stalking. This is a plea agreement with the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. The maximum available for the charge, pled guilty to Class B misdemeanor harassment. 180-day sentence on the charge suspended, and received 197 days for time served, which means he will serve less than 2 years of his sentence. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. I get it. You like her, but there's no need for you to be sending weird messages and threatening messages. People have to change their entire routine. It is just nutty. And whether it's Caitlin Clark, somebody in the public eye, or somebody who is your neighbor, stalking, this is just, it's some of the ugliest stuff in the world. And it's scary how it's very hard to deal with these kinds of things. So, don't stalk people. It's the best I can tell you. And I'm certainly happy for Caitlin Clark. I don't know. I've never met Caitlin Clark. I just assume everybody on the Indiana Fever listens to the show every day and then talks about it during practice. I like to believe that part true. I do. I truly do. I only hope she's all right, and I hope this never happens to her again. We're going to take a look at these trade deals. Dr. Matt Will joins us from the University of Indianapolis, economist. Do they all add up to the wow factor that everybody's giving them? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
I've had my Window Nation windows installed for a couple of years now, and my air conditioner is no longer working overtime in the summer. These are the dog days of summer, but if your windows are old and drafty, time for some new Window Nation windows. Check it out, 50% off all window styles plus 0 interest for 5 whole years. All the details at windownation.com.
And when Window Nation comes out to your house, they are bringing the best of the best. A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and their staff years of experience. And look, when we have a heat wave like we had recently, I think you understand how important it is to have good windows that keep the blistering hot out and your perfect climate inside. 50% off all window styles. Any style at all, zero interest until 2030. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
You know, sometimes dealing with home service contractors can be frustrating, whether it's missed appointments, sloppy workmanship, or just a general sense of indifference about helping you. Frustrating hardly describes that experience, Hammer.
And that's why we want to welcome a new advertiser to the Hammer and Nigel family, somebody you're going to be hearing quite a bit about in the coming months, Victor's Home Solutions.
Victor's installs the highest quality roofs available for your home, and they take all those negative stereotypes and turn them on their head.
They start with the basics, prompt, follow-up, showing up to appointments on time. And then they go above and beyond with installation teams that are so skilled, so precise, that Victor's is able to offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install.
5-star customer service and perfect installation. You're going to be really impressed with Victor's. They're the only roofer Hammer and I recommend to our listeners. It all starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. Call 1-866-VICTORS or victors.com.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/today. Ethos.com/today.
Traffic on the 5s, Matt Bear, what is happening?
Northwest side crash, northbound 465 before 865. And 2 left lanes are currently blocked, stopping traffic back to 79th Street. Delay time right now is at 9 minutes. Inbound 69 crash clear at 96, still slow back to 106. Inbound 65, all lanes have reopened at 21st Street, still jammed up from 38th Kessler down to MLK, but the front of the line is clearing out. You should tube here before too long. Northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a construction delay. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 76 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is $0 and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
American consumers, plain and simple. Trump would have you believe it's the biggest deal ever. That's his words. Dangling $250 billion of new energy purchases and more in new investments. There's just one hiccup. It's fake. Even today's Wall Street Journal has pierced this miasma of distortion.
You know, every time you hear Chuck Schumer talk, you have to wonder, my God, His staff has to hear that every day. That's rough. Very rough. Tony Katz, good to be with you. Dr. Matt Will joins us, economist at the University of Indianapolis. Senator Schumer is talking about the trade deal with the EU. It's fake. It's not real. Well, it's clearly real. The question is, how much of this stuff would have come anyway? Deals on energy and deals on buying military hardware. Wasn't this going to be purchased no matter what? But maybe the story here is that it got announced as a deal, which certainly has put the European Union on its heels, saying, my gosh, how could we have let this happen with a tariff of 15% on our goods and no tariff on the vast majority of American goods? But in the end, the question before us is, what do we get out of it, and how do we know that it's happening? So let's start, Dr. Matt Will, economist at the University of Indianapolis, where we start, which is you hear about this story from the about this trade deal with the EU. Like we've heard about other trade deals as well, whether it's the UK or Japan, etc. What say you?
Well, first of all, let's start with the terms. I like what I'm hearing as far as the terms, and we've been saying forever, we just need clarity. We need certainty, and we now know the framework. It's pretty much going to be globally about a 15 to 20% tariff on all goods imported into the U.S. We're going to have what we call TRQs, which is tariff rate quotas. That's what you just mentioned, Tony, about this. They're going to buy all these things from us, military hardware and other things. That was maybe going to happen anyway, maybe not, because what it does is it creates a 0 for 0 tariff, meaning that no tariffs on stuff that goes back or forth in that category, which makes our products more competitive. Our energy will be cheaper. Our military hardware will be cheaper. They're not going to go to the UK. They're not going to go someplace else. They're going to buy it from us. So that's a really good thing. And they've agreed to invest in the USA. So, Schumer is completely wrong. There's a lot of good parts to this. And the most important thing is Wall Street loves that there's certainty. They now can say, we can move forward. We know what the terms are going to be. That's been the biggest issue so far, is the uncertainty. And now we have certainty.
So this certainty is predicated on them actually buying from the U.S., right? Markets are going to be open, and they're for the first time. Is it that they're going to be buying, or does the certainty come from 15 to 20%? That's the tariff rate. Now everybody can budget, if you will, from that place.
It's both. It's both of those things. We know the range of the tariffs. It's not going to be 35, 50, 200%. It's going to be 15 to 20%. For everyone in the world. That's a good thing. And it makes our goods cheaper. It's not that they're guaranteed to buy these things, Tony, but when you remove all the trade barriers and all the tariffs, U.S. goods are going to be more affordable. So, yes, they will buy these things. If you're looking around to buy a gun, and you can buy a Beretta made in Italy, or you can buy one made in the U.S., and by the way, Beretta makes guns in the U.S., and the U.S.-made gun is cheaper, that's what you're going to buy.
Talking to Dr. Matt Will, economist at the University of Indianapolis. That might be true in, for example, the scenario that you just laid forth. But we are saying that any good you buy outside of something made in the U.S., and not every good is made in the U.S., it's going to be 15 to 20% higher. Just deal with it. This is coming, correct?
Oh, yes. In fact, I've been saying what all the good parts of these deals. There are bad parts. There are losers in this. The losers are any company that's a net importer. The loser is anything that's made with steel or aluminum. And the biggest loser is you and I. We're going to pay a 15% tariff. Tony, let me explain very clearly what that is. That's a 15% national sales tax. We've never had that before, and people need to be ready because corporations have been reporting earnings this week. They're not good, and they've indicated they will pass along their price increases. Stellantis made a huge announcement yesterday about that.
Now, let's get into this because this has been, right, you've got Bill Maher saying, I can't believe the tariffs are working. A lot of people are talking very, very well about the tariffs. Trump was right about the tariffs. The argument has been, in a very rational way, tariff is tactic, fine. Tariff is policy, I oppose. But the tariffs have not been passed through, and whether it's General Motors, Toyota, a host of people specifically on the auto manufacturing, they're not passing the tariffs along, and the economics would dictate that cannot last for forever. Are you saying that the dam is about to break, and we're about to see the price increases on the things we can't avoid spending on?
Absolutely. And we've already seen it. Remember, the last inflation report we saw last week had an uptick in inflation. Yet today, this week, okay, Stellantis announced a $2.65 billion cut or loss. And they warned, we're going to increase car prices. Whirlpool, they cut their dividend by 50%. Tony, that has not happened in decades. And they make 80% of their appliances in the U.S., and they said they're going to have to increase costs. Novo Nordisk, Merck, they all cut guidance. These companies, Tony, you can't be a car maker and lose money. Stellantis can't lose $2.5 billion without increasing prices. You will see a price increase. I don't know when, but it'll be soon.
But with Stellantis, we should at least admit that they have not done the job in making the vehicles they needed to over the last 5 years. They will admit to that. You had the massive fight between the dealers and the CEO, Carlos, I'm forgetting his last name right now, where he eventually got pushed out because the cars were not well made and they weren't getting the backup at the dealerships. And he basically said to the dealers, I'm in charge. You'll do what I tell you. So there is a specific story there regarding maybe their own losses. Those aren't, not in every situation is the tariff the reason for the loss.
No, but Tony, you said it perfectly, and we talked about this on one of your shows before. If we create a tariff to protect a company like Stellantis or like Whirlpool, does that make them a better company? Whirlpool's market share went from 42% down to 32% last year. They had disastrous financial results reported this week. And we're going to tariff to protect Whirlpool from competition. We're going to tariff to protect the domestic Stellantis when they're a bad company. Tariffs aren't going to make a bad company into a good company. It's just going to make the pain prolonged.
Talking to Dr. Matt Will, economist at the University of Indianapolis. We have these deals in place. Everything, to me, all roads lead to what happens to a deal with China. I had said you need Japan, you need Vietnam, you need South Korea, you need India. You need those deals set until you see a pressure point on China. But China has to be paying attention to what it is they're seeing. Are they trying to maneuver for a better deal? Are they trying to maneuver for any deal? Or are they still full steam ahead, not worrying about what happens with the U.S.?
I think they're full steam ahead, Tony, but China is, can I say a very technical, nerdy, a professional
I only wish
word?
you would.
Stupid. Yeah, that you might want to write that down and look it up on Google. We just found out this week, India now exports more Apple products to the United States than China. Their exports are up 240%. I see the world shifting away from China. We've talked about this on your show before, that India and Bangladesh and Vietnam, these other places, are starting to take China's business. So, yeah, China, they're probably walking along thinking, everything's going to be fine, and they'd look around and say, where'd all the businesses go?
The India being up, has China responded to this at all? Have they looked to reducing the costs of their production or anything else?
No, that's why I call it pure stupidity. They have not reacted to this, and really, they're in the cheap goods market. Other than making things like, the iPhones and Apple products, they mostly make the cheap good products. They make the tchotchkes. They make the low value items. So, they're just meandering along, getting eaten up by the competition. They're in a recession. We all know this. I think China may be a bystander at the end of the day.
We will discuss it further. Dr. Matt Will, economist at the University of Indianapolis, Dr. Matt Will, W-I-L-L, Dr. Matt Will on the Twitter X. Find him there. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matt?
Northwest side crash, northbound 465 before 865. It's a bad one. We are looking at all three lanes blocked. The far right lane is just partially blocked with traffic getting by in that partial right lane and the right shoulder right now, but multiple vehicles involved. Emergency crews on scene, and traffic is jammed. The parking lot back to West 79, delay time at 17 minutes. Inbound 65 crash clear, still slow. MLK to West. Northbound 65 slow through the North Split out to West Street. And Southside northbound 65 stop and go traffic after South Keystone Avenue up to the South Split. That's construction. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry! Offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
A new piece says AOC could actually become the president.
Yikes. Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
The deals are at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. You know, they've been working with people on employee pricing, and now it is the red, white, and new sales event. You can get no payments for 3 months. F-150 Super Crew, the Ford Mustang, 0% APR financing for 48 months. Save $15,000 off MSRP on new 2024 F-150s or Expeditions. The Expedition is incredible, by the way. You're going to love it. Or a new Ford Super Duty truck under $40,000. There are 175 of them to choose from at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. Check out the showroom. Check out the lot. Talk to the people there. Incredible people. And the service department. Unmatched, and you can just schedule it all online. They'll come to you, pick up your vehicle, take care of it, and bring it right back to you. And same thing's true about buying a vehicle. You can buy your next Andy Moore Ford online at andymoreford.com. So easy to do. Talk to them today and tell them Tony Katz sent you. Andy Moore Ford, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at andymoreford.com. That's Andy Moore, M-O-H-R, andymoreford.com.
Pat Sullivan here for Gutter Helmet. Summer is upon us, and so are pesky maple seed whirlybirds clogging your gutters. Make the smart choice now. Say goodbye to the mess with the ultimate gutter protection. Gutter Helmet keeps the seed pods and small debris out so your gutters stay clear and your home stays protected. No more climbing ladders or scooping gunk. Gutter Helmet's patented design handles up to 22 inches of rain per hour, more than enough for the summer downpour. Water flows freely and debris slides right off. Join thousands of happy Central Indiana homeowners. Get Gutter Helmet and enjoy peace of mind all summer. Since 1981, Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection. It works on my own home every time. Gutter Helmet is offering a 17% discount plus 12 months no interest financing good through July. Restrictions apply and cannot be combined with other offers. Call 800-5HELMET or go to gutterhelmetindy.com and never clean your gutters again.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
A New York City police officer is killed. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 76 degrees. We're going up to 94. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31.
We consider our fellow officers, both retired and active, as part of a family, and the city is going to be here to ensure they get the support that they deserve at this very difficult time.
And that is New York City Mayor Eric Adams speaking with Fox 5's Good Day New York minutes ago about a shooting in Manhattan on Monday night that housed the NFL headquarters and Blackstone.
The suspect walked into the building 345 Park Avenue carrying in his right hand an automatic weapon, immediately discharged rounds, shot a police officer, Officer Islam, a 3-year veteran with 2 children, and his wife is expecting a child.
And the man that police say killed that police officer and others was ID'd as Shane Tamura, and he left a suicide note by his body as he killed himself on the 33rd floor, slamming the NFL and blaming his CTE on the league. And NYPD is still looking into this. FBI is helping them with this as well. President Trump is expected to return from the U.S. today, and he's talking trade today in Scotland.
We just signed a very big deal, as you know, with the European Union, but also with the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom was a week before, and it's a very big deal and a great deal for the country.
And the United States made about $20 billion in tariff deals last month, says Trump. The U.S. agreed to tariff European goods at 15%, while the EU would remove their tariffs against U.S. goods and make more investments in the United States. Starting today, Southwest Airlines is letting passengers pick their seats when they travel on future flights.
Gone will be the days of the free-for-all when boarding a Southwest flight just to avoid getting stuck with the middle seat. You can go online today and book any flight after January 27th of next year and pick the seat you want. Customers will have the choice of preferred seats near the front, much-coveted seats with extra legroom, and the standard seats in coach. You also need to remember that the want-to-get-away fares for last-minute and thrifty travelers will be rebranded when you book as basic. With that fare, you can't choose your seat. It will be assigned to you before you board. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
And Spirit Airlines says they're laying off 270 pilots today. The discount carrier said that it has to reduce its off-season schedule to cut costs. And Colorado football coach Deion Sanders says he was diagnosed with cancer, but he's now cancer-free.
Get checked out, because it could have been a whole another gathering if I had.
And doctors removed Sanders' bladder, and he is now cured from all cancer. And sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. A Chicago Cubs all-time great has died.
First of all, just thinking of him and everything that he meant to the Cubs organization and obviously his family.
And that is Cubs second baseman Nico Horner, remembering Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg, who died after a battle with prostate cancer.
We're all incredibly lucky that he was a part of our season this year. He means a lot.
And Sandberg was just 65 years old. The Cubs lost to the Brewers 8-4. The Dodgers beat the Reds 5-2. And a severe case of obsessive-compulsive disorder kept Colts offensive tackle Braden Smith off the field for the final 5 games of last season. But 5 days into training camp, he says he's in a good place.
I just have a greater appreciation for things now, like even physically and mentally. Like, you know, you take things for granted until those parts are kind of taken away from you and you don't realize how good you had it. And now I just have that greater appreciation.
And Smith considered retiring last season. The Colts brought him back and restructured his deal, cutting his salary from nearly $17 million to $8 million. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching, Matt Bear?
Crash clear northbound 465 on the northwest side. It's shy of 865. We are gone. Traffic is stopped. Still back to 79th Street, but the front of the line getting out of there is now we are slow 286, so we're making progress. South side, northbound 65, stop and go Edgewood Avenue up to Morris. That's because of construction and an earlier stall. 13-minute delay for you. Westbound 70 slow after rural through the north split out to Meridian Penn. At east side, northbound 465, stop and go Brookville Road up to Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry. Offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
77 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
I had changed the locks. Didn't even know where she was living. And then one night she calls to say she's getting treatment. Can I drive? I almost hung up. But then I thought, that's my kid. I chose to put away the hurt and the fear and just see my girl.
Addiction is a disease. Standing by a loved one as they fight it will test your faith, patience, and sanity. But it's possible when you see the person, not just their disease. Learn more at cbeyondtheaddiction.org.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee? I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. What is going on? You've got Dow futures up 51, NASDAQ futures up 103. Oil prices up $67 now on the West Texas crude coming out of the ground. The Brent crude coming out of the oceans, $70.35 a barrel. The 10-year Treasury down a little bit at 4.382, not down enough to count. And as we were discussing with Dr. Will, Novo Nordisk, not Norodisk, Nordisk. Those shares are down because of a cut on guidance. Everybody's expecting it. I get what we're discussing with the economy. Everything else is gearing up for something else taking place. I want it to be wrong. I want everything to work out. They're gearing up for what happens with tariffs and other things to have an effect. Period. The data says what the data says. And what's been amazing is that so far the reality has kind of pushed the data to the side and said, yeah, we know what you say, but here we are. I'm with Dr. Will on this one. I don't think it can last. I don't think it can. But I do agree, and I thought this was absolutely the right message. It is certainty that leads to opportunity. If I know what the rules are of any game, I can play the game. Well, it's one of the reasons that I so oppose Marxism. This whole idea of pronoun, this whole pronoun ridiculousness. You don't use the right pronoun, you're not addressing me right, you're dead naming me, all this garbage. If you change the rules of the game and people do not know how to act, you aren't more free, you're actually less free by getting rid of the rules. And by doing so, you put people on eggshells, and therefore there's no actual movement. There's no way to go forward, to grow, to build. There's only a collapse that takes place. You need the rules of the road in order to be able to know how to drive. And then you can drive. You can get to where you're going. So the certainty of saying, okay, tariffs are going to fall in this range is, all right, now I know what I'm dealing with. Now I know how I have to price, how I have to order, how I do a bunch of things. But much of this is also predicated on the idea that you trust that Trump is going to hold to it. He's been known to change his mind. That's all I'm saying. That's it. But yes, there have been companies cutting their expectations. They are saying this, there's a lot of things where it's just not going to be as good as we thought. And then there's the weirdest deal in the world, because I don't quite understand why it's so much and how the deal works. I'm not an expert on trains. Union Pacific is buying Norfolk Southern. Train company buying train company. $85 billion. It's going to be the first coast-to-coast freight rail operator. Is it really ever in the history of the country? How things move from point A to point B. I wonder if there are those in our government who are going to be like, well, this is a bit of a monopoly conversation, isn't it? Then again, who else is in the freaking train business? Can you have a monopoly when nobody else is interested? And I should say, at least from names that we would know, because there could be others that are interested. But it's gigantic, $85 billion. I guess I'm not paying attention to exactly how many goods are coming across the nation by train, because one has to assume that there's money in this, a whole bunch of loot in this. But that's an interesting deal. And we've discussed before that, odd economic times are opportunities for some. I guess $85 billion is an opportunity. Man, I need to get a better contract. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Hey, it's Matt Bear for Concord Exteriors. Don't wait to beautify your home. Give it a makeover. Give it a fresh, new look with new siding from Concord Exteriors. From James Hardy fiber cement siding to a big array of vinyl siding colors and styles, the experienced pros at Concord have all the choices. Plus a lifetime workmanship warranty and over 10,000 satisfied customers. Help your home find the fountain of roof. For your free estimate, call Concord Exteriors at 317-ROOFING or visit ConcordExteriors.com. Tell them I sent you.
It's hot out there. The weather's hot.
And when we say hot,
but the headlines, they're even hotter.
I mean extremely hot.
The news of the day is heating up.
There were no weekend curfew violations.
Peaceful weekend in downtown Indianapolis leading up to the WNBA All-Star Game.
The city appeared to be very safe. Stay cool.
Relief from dangerous temperatures.
Stay informed.
More extreme summer weather across the country.
Stay with 93 WIBC.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay, deep
high
breath.
High five.
You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5 years of gig speed internet and advanced security, all on our ultra-reliable network.
Gig speeds and advanced security? I'm so stoked.
Yep, and you get it at a great rate that's locked in for 5 years.
Woo!
The high five is just your body's way of saying, I'm winning.
So this is natural.
High-fiving everyone you see in a state of business savings enthusiasm, totally natural.
Sweet! Thank you! Thank you! High five, everybody! High five!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee is back, but only for a limited time, so sign your business up today.
High five!
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25 for new customers with qualifying bundle. Current customers may be eligible depending on services and area. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMART for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code SMART. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMART for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMART.
Traffic on the fives. Matthew Bear, what's going on?
Crash clear northbound 465 at 865. Still slow 279th. Inbound 69. Stop and go traffic 106th Street 282nd. On the east side, northbound 465. Pockets of slow from 74 past I-70. Westbound 70 slow to downtown from Sherman Drive over the flyover out to Meridian Pad. And on the south side, northbound 65 slow in pockets. Edgewood Avenue up to 465, and then we grind down right around Keystone Avenue into the south split, the latter. A delayed 11 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry. Offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
77 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. At the time is 8:46.
If you're pressed for time, the WIBC Mashup Podcast is your shortcut to the smartest, sharpest, and strangest moments on air. It's the best content from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Updated daily. Find the WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
You see, you did this because you're playing the end credits. So this isn't really a theme song, is it, if you're playing the end credits? But producer Carl, he's sneaky. He's a trickster. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here's how we play our game. Producer Carl picks a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. But I'm telling you, he went the reverse there. He went with the end credits.
Sometimes you have to.
Right. But I'll start by going down the usual road. I will, even if I know it, I will phone a friend. Matt Bear, what is this television theme song?
I know the end credits to Thundercats when I hear them, Tony.
That's right. Thundercats, correct. That is correct. Now, this is the theme to Mr. Belvedere. What? Is it Mama's Family?
I was going to say Mama's Family.
Yeah, it was Mama's Family.
It was Mama's Family.
We've done Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah, but I thought it was the end credits. I thought it was the end credits from Belvedere because it's the same style. Much. It's the same style. I went with Belvedere. All right, I've been played. I've been had. I've been flim-flammed. I've been hornswoggled. The whole thing. You can find all of our selections of theme songs there at WIBC.com. We have a list. Yep, I went with end credits of Belvedere. It was Mama's Family. Congratulations, chat room. You win. You win. A couple of save the dates for you if you want them. I'm happy to do it. First things first. August 23rd. I am absolutely ready. We will have Nick Searcy, actor, producer, director, author. His documentary about January 6th is incredible. His work on Justified, and I mean, name the movie. He's done it absolutely all. He will be with me in Westfield at West Fork Whiskey, August 23rd. It is going to be a fantastic night of bourbon and conversation. Nick Searcy from LA to the Midwest and never looking back. Like myself, he has left Los Angeles and came home, him just over the Ohio River in Kentucky. So he's going to be up here. We're going to be talking. We're going to be drinking, talking about Hollywood, the future there, talking about the future of content in general, his work regarding January 6th, what he learned, who's covering up what, and what he thinks of both parties, and, of course, just a good time in between. It's going to be fantastic. Sponsorship is now available. You can email me, Tony@TonyKatz.com. I will make sure you are well taken care of. Tickets go on sale next week. It is me. It is Nick Searcy of television's Justified and a whole bunch of name the movie. Fried Green Tomatoes, he was in it. Castaway, he was in it. 3 Billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri, he was in it. He's done it all. Everything. From LA to the Midwest and never looking back. It's going to be a fantastic night. You're going to want to get your tickets because they are going to sell quickly, and I'm looking for your help to make sure. I'm doing this in like 3.5 weeks. I know, it's crazy, but it's happening. This is what we're doing. That's August 23rd, and I was very, very, very happy to see inside the current newspapers, a fantastic article about Greg and Julie Papagiannis and a group called Indiana Wish. I'm friends with Greg and Julie. Indiana Wish, people think it's part of Make-A-Wish. It is not. And they tell a great story about how they got involved with this group that helps kids in need in Indiana who are dealing with serious medical issues and wanting to help them, and how they were actually discussing issues they had with one organization. They learned about Indiana Wish and have become a massive part of it, and they're getting honored at an event that's taking place on September 20th It's called Bourbon, Bling, and Bow Ties, and it is being emceed by yours truly. So they are getting honored there, but mostly it is just an incredible night. Good food, great bourbon, a good cause, a good time. You can go to indianawish.org and you can get all the information. Just click on the events and it will be there. I will be there. I am your MC. There will be there'll be live auction, silent auction, cigar lounge presented by Blend Bar Cigar. It's going to be very, very good. It's going to be very, very good. The entertainment, dueling pianos, done by Howl at the Moon. That is September 20th is when that is. And you can go to indianawish.org and find out more. And if you get any of the current papers, youarecurrent.com, you should read the story about Greg and Julie. There are good people in this world doing good work. Not everything is terrible. Not everybody is out of their head. You know, some people are like, hey, how can we help? Hey, how can we be a part of something? And here we are. So read the story and then learn about the organization and then be supportive. And also August 23rd, tickets available next week. Sponsorships are available right now. Just email me, Tony at TonyKatz.com, and we will get that going. It's going to be good. Oh, cannot wait. Nick's great. I have known Nick since my LA days. And he had a web series for a while. He did just for fun. And I was in that web series. I will share that. I will share that at the event. It's going to be good. Email me, Tony at TonyKatz.com for sponsorship, and tickets will be on sale next week. Just that easy, just that simple. We'll be talking more about the trade deals. And of course, you have this guy who wanted to go kill people in the NFL headquarters. Why? What was the rationale behind it? And why did the press, specifically CNN, say that this was likely a white person when they didn't have any information at the time? And then it turns out that this killer is not white. Why does it always have to be race first? Race all the time, which will bring us to the police chief in Cincinnati. Oh, do I have thoughts there? That's all coming up on Tony Katz today at noon. I'll catch you then. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic.
All right, looking at the south side, it is northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic after South Keystone